Brandon, are you alright?
Yeah, just just give me a minute.
Slender Man is a movie based on the creepypasta that was created by a man who goes by the name of Victor Surge. In the original creepypasta, which is essentially just this online kind of urban legend folktale horror story, the Slender Man is a tall man between 6 and 15 feet tall that wears a black suit with a white shirt and red tie. He has white skin and no face. And he goes around and essentially kidnaps children to take them back to his world, I guess. I'm not too well versed in the creepypasta of Slender Man. I know that it was super popular like around 2009 to 2012, and all kinds of people were playing the game on PC and reading about it online and all kinds of stuff. But I was never really that into it. I didn't really start, enjoying reading about creepypastas until I had already graduated from high school, which was in 2014. And there were so many different creepypastas out there that I just found other ones that I was interested in. I mean, Slender Man was cool and all, but I don't know, it just seemed kind of overhyped to me. The whole idea of Slender Man was made because Victor Surge entered a contest where you were supposed to Photoshop old images, and so he took the old pictures. There was like one of kids on a playground, and there was one of people running away from something, and he put Slender Man in the background to make it look like Slender Man was watching over the kids on the playground, or these people were running away from Slender Man. And then from that, it just blew up, and people were like, oh, is Slender Man real? These photoshopped images look so convincing. When really, they didn't at all. But it just blew up into this whole phenomenon, and now we have 2018's Slender Man. Now, why did I go into all that backstory? Because that's more interesting than the actual movie. When I first saw the trailer for this movie, the very first trailer, I saw it and I said, that movie is going to be awful. And everybody was like, no, it's Slender Man. It's going to be so cool. I've been waiting for them to make a Slender Man movie forever. And that was kind of my point, because like I said, Slender Man was popular like from 2009 to 2012. It is now 2018. Slender Man hasn't been popular and in the mainstream public eye for nearly 6 years, going on 7. And now they decide to make a movie? That was my first clue. This movie is way past its prime. My second clue was that the trailer was every generic horror movie trailer. There was disturbing imagery, disturbing black and white imagery. There were people talking about the horror that's coming. And there were close-up shots of everybody, and you only saw a couple of frames of the main monster. These are all the makings of a generic horror movie that is going to please no one. But people kept giving me crap about it. They were like, oh, Brandon, you don't know what you're talking about. It's gonna be great. Yeah, sure, the trailer doesn't look that good, but wait for the next one. So I waited for the next one, and it was practically the exact same trailer. But I still held on. I even went to the movie theater by myself. I'm going to go out of my way to see this. I am going to take a day where I am exhausted and have had 2 hours of sleep to go see this movie just so I can see if everybody was correct and this movie is going to be awesome. And this movie was garbage. When the guy working at the movie theater tells me not to waste my money, that should be an immediate red flag. Go get my money back and leave. But no, because everybody was saying, Brandon, this is a Slender Man movie. It's going to be great. You will love it. You love horror movies. And I do. That's why I'm so pissed at this movie. Jesus Christ, I haven't even started talking about the movie yet. Slender Man, the movie, in 2018, is about 4 high school girls who get this cute idea to summon Slender Man because some of the boys that they have a crush on think it'd be a cool idea to have at their party. And these 4 girls, they are, well, let me put it this way. I don't remember any of their names. I think one was named Katie. One of them might have been Allie. Just throw the most generic girl names you can think of in a hat and pull them out. I'm pretty sure those will probably be these characters' names. And so they summon Slender Man by watching a video. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Like, the video thing is so just easily done. I did it at the beginning of this very review. Now, I might not have made it as creepy as some of these movies, but I can't exactly get a shot of a tree growing out of somebody's chest. But the fact that they watched a video online, like this was Rings, that Ring sequel that came out a year or 2 ago, that just shows that these writers put no thought into what they were doing. They were just like, I saw them do this in a movie one time, I think. Let's do that. And so these girls summon Slender Man while watching this video. And you know what? I'm going to go back to the creepypasta real quick because I feel like this is important. If you were going to make a movie based on something that is a worldwide phenomenon, it was such a powerhouse of a story that some preteen girls drugged their friend out into the forest and tried to kill her to try to summon Slender Man, that's a real thing, then you should probably do your research about the story. I actually looked up from the creepypasta to see how you summon Slender Man. Do you know how? You go out into the woods, you draw a circle with an X through it. I think you dig a hole or something and put your possessions in there or something. I don't know. I didn't read that much into it, but obviously I've already done more researchers than these writers have. And then you do a chant. I will put the chant right here. Do you see that? Those words are never spoken in this entire movie. Do you know why I'm so upset? I, as someone who didn't even care about the creepypasta, am upset because this just shows that these writers do not give a single shit about their audience. They don't care. They know that Slender Man is so popular that everybody's going to come see this movie no matter what, that they didn't even have the slightest, even inkling of the thought to put any of their thought into the script of this. They just went with the most generic idea ever. Have them watch a video so that they can impress their guy friends. That's it. That's what sets up this movie. And the girl who goes missing at first, she gets paranoid and everything, and then she disappears. Everybody thinks she got kidnapped, and then it's a hunt to try to find her. And then they realize that Slender Man is doing it. And every single scare, I take that back. Most scares in this movie, you have seen a billion times already. These characters do nothing to make you feel for them. You feel no connection to these girls. One of the girls has an alcoholic father. Another one of the girls has a little sister who keeps looking up to her. But it's not enough. You have to give us more than characters that are less interesting than a wet paper towel. From the very first conversation that you hear these girls having, you can tell that it was 40-year-old men sitting at their computers going, I think this is what high school girls talk about. It was just so obvious and it was so unnatural the way that these girls talk to each other that it brought me right out of the movie, and it was the first time that you hear these characters speak, so it's within the first 5 to 10 minutes. The final words of a movie are also really important. They are the ones that decide how you're leaving the movie. Are you leaving the movie on a high note? Are you leaving the movie depressed? Are you leaving the movie angry? Are you leaving the movie satisfied? The last 2 words of this movie are, you know. There's a girl speaking. It's a voiceover. She's making her point, and then she just goes, you know. What makes me so angry about this movie is that there were some good things. They did some really cool things with shadows and some really cool things with sound design. But these really cool things that could have been really legitimately scary were just piled on top of with all of this boring stuff. And the fact that it was boring is what made me so angry. The fact that the characters are so boring and so stupid and the writing is so bad. The fact that when you finally get a good look at Slender Man, it's just this big CGI monster. Even the Bye-Bye Man was a legitimate guy in suit and makeup. When the Bye-Bye Man is doing something better than you, you have failed. And the worst part of it all is bringing the Bye-Bye Man back to it. I had fun watching the Bye-Bye Man. The Bye-Bye Man was a good time that I watched with Matt. We had fun because it was so silly. Slender Man couldn't even do that. It was just bad. It was boring. It was dumb. I walked out of the movie theater feeling like I wasted my time and I wasted my money. And what makes it worse is the fact that there were those good things, like the things that they did with the shadows, and how you might see something in the background, or the things that they did with the sound design. They were really legitimately good ideas, and they are the reason that as much as I want to, I can't give this movie an F. I have to give it...
Yeah, no, I'm still gonna give it an F. Sue me.
So, my rant is now over. I'm sorry that it is this long. But if you really want some good entertainment that has to do with Slender Man, go to YouTube. There are so many series that you can watch. Watch Everyman Hybrid. Or better yet, watch Marble Hornets. Marble Hornets is fantastic. It's 3 seasons, and I think the longest episode that I've seen so far is 15 minutes long. Go watch that. That's free. Don't waste your time and money with something like 2018 Slender Man. It's not worth it. I'm done. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe so that I can see you next time, hopefully with a better movie.